This morning, as I read my Bible, this verse stood out. Deuteronomy 11:2. Remember today that your children were not the ones who saw and experienced the discipline of the Lord your God, his majesty, his mighty hand, his outstretched arm, the signs he performed, and the things he did in the heart of Egypt, both to Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and to his whole country. What does this have to do with us in 2025? Remember, the young people living today did not live through the time of seeing people brutally beaten by Alabama state troopers as they attempted to cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge. The peaceful protest march was to commemorate the life of Jimmy Lee Jackson, a 26-year-old civil rights activist and an African American who was shot on February the 18th and later died of his injuries on February 26th. They didn't wake up to the horrific news of 4 little black girls killed when KKK members bombed the 16th Street Baptist Church on a Sunday morning just before the 11 a.m. service. They don't know the sickening feeling as people across the nation waited to see what happened to the 4 civil rights workers who were later found murdered. They didn't get to walk past the coffin of 14-year-old unrecognizable Emmett Till, who was beaten and lynched by 4 grown men in Mississippi. Unlike 6-year-old Ruby Bridges, they never had crowds of adults jeering and threatening them when they were just trying to enter their school buildings. They weren't alive during the murders of Medgar Evers or Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. They can't remember these things because they were not there. They've always been able to go into any restroom, try on clothes in a department store, sitting anywhere they want on a bus or a train, and go to any restaurant they can afford. They can walk into their schools unaccosted by hateful adults. They can sit anywhere in a movie theater. However, we that are older saw and some experienced that stony road that brought about the changes. We saw the effectiveness and power of a united people in protest when they boycotted the Montgomery Bus Company and forced this company to change their racist ways. We older people were alive to witness the first time many black people could vote. Therefore, we older people can understand Deuteronomy 11:7. But it was in your own eyes that saw all these great things the Lord has done. In 2025, we are obligated to tell the following generations the real history of the black people in the United States, their achievements, their mistreatment, and their triumphs. We have to champion the fact that black folks have persevered through many dangers, toils, and snares to achieve greatness. This, folks, is why we're not going to let nobody turn us around. We must and we will celebrate Black History Month in 2025 and beyond.